if this is working. We're playing very relaxing video game music in the background. I might actually just set this to autoplay and hope whatever music shows up is worthwhile to the cause. You know, some people would say that you're supposed to play relaxing stream music when you're streaming making of stuff, but today I've decided against that. We're gonna play some epic music. To be fair, this is actually one of my favorite songs from the new Pokemon games, mostly because it feels completely out of place for a Pokemon game, and I just find that delightful. Hello! I'm surprised Stream Elements or something hasn't showed up saying, "Hi, SesameCos is showing something," but maybe they've changed it so that if you're blocking something, it doesn't show up. Also, it might be that my bitrate is showing as red, which is a good sign. Good sign. Well, bad sign. It is a likely sign that my computer may or may not crash. But we'll see. There we go. Stream element showed up. All right. If stream's element shows up, the chances of this stream crashing is probably reduced. Always a possibility. It's a fun little thing that can happen. Oh. I just realized that on this box it says to have the little action mount on this. Alright. So, today's stream is fun because I don't know what to do. So, I have a number of projects I could work on. I could build Mr. Burger Boy. Buger. Burger. Booger. However you want to pronounce this. Nice pseudo-French purple boy. Or we can build this pink thingy, who I've had for a while. Although this one I think was actually harder to get. This one's... Listen, this is my love and my joy. I love purple. I love round things. Of course I love him. He lies in a place deep, deep in my heart. Is it a he? We're calling it a he. I don't know. I've been building Gunpla a lot, and it feels weird to me because it feels like I'm disconnecting from my original purpose in my streaming life, which was mostly sewing stuff. I mean, I guess I could start building miniatures, but that's a rabbit hole that I would almost sincerely rather not go down to, because you know, there are a lot of similar skill sets, actually. But I feel like once I become part of the mini thing... Okay, but real talk. Okay. So I just started recently painting my nails. Look, they're beautiful. Actually, it doesn't look that beautiful because I use a soft light on stream, and therefore the reflectiveness of the glitters is actually kind of reduced. But anyways, I just started painting my nails. Actually, I've always enjoyed painting my nails, but I rarely have them, these are fairly recently painted, so I haven't, destroyed them yet. Honestly, they're actually kind of destroyed. These two fingers are actually pretty fucked up, because I had to open up a thing of E6000, and the lid glued itself to the container, so I you can't even see that. For one thing, I stabbed myself underneath my nail, trying to open it. And for the other, I ruined this nail job probably because I was trying to stab cut the lid off the thing of glue. Which is not great, but hey, I have a beautiful glove that exists somewhere on my... Actually, it's right underneath here. Yeah. Only slightly crooked. By the way, it turns out, you know, some people are just born with funky looking hands that do not do... So you're supposed to do this method where you trace your hands, and then it looks beautiful, and whenever I do that, it just looks... it just ends up fucked up. I don't know why. Like, so, like, the idea is that you trace your hands, and you do it with stretch fabric. You can't do this with a non-stretch fabric, I don't recommend it. So you do it with a stretch fabric, and when you do it, like, it just supposedly stretches over to fit your fingers perfectly. And I don't know if it's... I think I was joking about my fingers being curved, but I think that legitimately might be a problem, because when I trace my hand, my fingers, this little trace thing is like barely enough fabric to cover my entire fingers, right? And then look, I know this is stupid, but look, my thumb has an hourglass figure. If I exactly trace my thumb, if doing this outstretched thing, I can't actually get my thumb through this thing. And you may ask, oh, you should be able to just add some extra fabric and then it'll be good. And every single time, I think I do it perfectly. And then lo and behold, I go to actually fit the glove and it doesn't fit perfectly, and I have to add this ugly ass seam here in order to actually get my thumb through. The zipper though was actually, that always was going to happen. Because this is made out of furniture fabric, not out of stretch fabric, so it's really stiff. One. Two, it does not stretch. It does the opposite of stretch. It stays in place. Like, this glove is very naturally just kind of, once you zip it down, it kind of very naturally opens itself up just because this fabric does not want to bend. It wants to lay as flat as possible. So it has some good body from that, if that makes sense. Like, legit, it just fits very well. Oh, I kind of appreciate that portion of it, but that also means that I did have to put this ugly-ass zipper in here, because otherwise it's never coming on and off. And also, I need to add some gold bias tape to this portion here. One, because there's a raw edge here, and then two, it'll just connect the two gold bits together and it'll look beautiful. Yeah, I haven't done the other one yet. I have done the same thing, where I've put the little center decals where I think it should be centered, and watch, once I put it on and do all the shenanigans and whatever, it will no longer be centered. It will be beautiful. I will hate myself. Oh joys. Yeah, and I don't know why, but I think, like, I guess that makes sense that the palm of my hand is more meaty than the front of my hand, but whenever I make gloves this method, there's this awkward fold here, because there's too much fabric there, and like, yeah, see? See? When I put it on, it's curved to the side! This fucking shit. Like, I feel like people assume that I'm just a moron and whatever, and I purposely put it on the side, but no, it's fairly centered before I put it on, and then after I do everything, it's gonna get lopsided, and like, fucking shit, man. Just accept it, I guess. Don't make gloves, okay? Like, real talk, making gloves, pain in the ass, rarely worth it. I always end up making my gloves though, because all the characters I cosplay have unique gloves in which you can't easily fake it or buy online. Anyways. Also, look! On my other nails, my fingers are silver. Ooh! Nice and chromy. Actually, I'll take it back. The glitters may not look too well on stream, but hell, this chrome on stream? Amazing! Beautiful. By the way, did I ever tell you I was planning to Yeah, I was gonna say, you need to, I was assuming you have to thin it, because most nail polishes, I mean, I'm proving it right here. It looks beautiful though, doesn't it? The reason I wanted to use nail polish is because they have so many specialty, like, finishes and coats and whatever. I'm gonna make whatever that little poor SD unicorn is gonna be used as a trial period. Actually, the glitter one is laying really thin. So, that one's good to know. I'm probably going to, so what I was gonna do is maybe apply a base coat. This is what my, the base coats are for Hollow Talk or Dyed Blues, so it's a little bit easier to see, where you applied it. Ooh, that smells like nail polish. I gotta get all that cancer. So my goal here was to check. So one thing, the base coat can be applied very thin. And I was hoping that that base coat will be enough of a shield, right, to prevent the plastic from instantaneously burning through the acetone. Cause I've taken off that nail polish with acetone obviously before, and acetone eats through nail polish real quick. But generally, the base coat protects it for a little bit. But if I'm really desperate, I could do base coat, and then I could put what's top coat on it, and then it should give the acetone. It shouldn't eat. It should take a little bit more time to eat through the plastic. But I don't know what you thin nail. I think you throw thin nail polish out with isopropanol. Yeah, that would be my assumption. Obviously, I can test shit out here. Because I think... So, there are actually specific nail polish thinners. The brand that I'm currently using, Hollow Taco, actually sells its own nail polish thinner. That it can be used for any nail polish though, and that's specifically though because Hollow Taco runs super pigmented, right? The idea of it is that you only need to do one coat to apply, which is also, as I said, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because using a one coat polish is going to be way easier for all this finicky stuff. Yeah, so there's two potential issues I see with this then. One, if I make a mistake, there might not be any easy ways to remove said mistake. Like, I'm not too worried, as you can tell, this is clearly not eating through the plastic, so I'm not worried there, but if I make a mistake, so either I have to fucking tape out all my shit, right? If I tape all my shit, mask it. There you go, that's the term. If I mask all my shit, then this isn't a problem, per se. And, but on the other hand, I hate masking. And also, masking something this little tiny and whatever, pain in the ass. I'm gonna get old before I finish that. Second thing is that, generally speaking, you also paint. I mean, it's like anything else. You paint things with nail brushes, right? So I was gonna go to Sally Hansen or whatever beauty supply. I live next to Little Saigon, where there's a lot of nail art salons, and I was just gonna go there and pick up a bunch of shit. Most of it's technically for professionals or whatever, but you know, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. But the key thing here is that it must, yeah, so after I use said brushes to paint on said nail polish, I must use, something to clean the brushes, and that historically is is acetone. So, I mean, I could still do that. It's just that after I wash my brushes in acetone, I have to go through the entire procedure of just letting it sit for a while before I can use it again. Otherwise, I run the risk of damaging everything. And actually, while I'm here, I know people prefer a matte coat or whatever, but personally speaking, I don't like matte nail polishes, so I only have shiny top coat here. Also, it's slightly dyed blue by accident because I use a nail polish top coat to actually seal a lot of hard plastic stuff, willy-nilly, and sometimes the pigment runs, and sometimes it dyes the brush blue, and it sometimes dyes the entire polish slightly blue, but it's okay, no one knows. This is. Wear a lot of blue nail polishes anyways. Okay. That's... Yeah, I think I should be... Once again, nail polish is like... Oh, well... I'm not an expert at painting my nails. I'm a fucking moron. But, Hotaco's Super Glossy Taco, which is what this is called. No, this is Glossy Taco. I didn't get Super Glossy Taco. Super Glossy Taco, by the way, has toluene in it, which makes it dry super quick and, super shiny and super, nice and, you know, nice coating and everything. But also means that, it does note that it can give you cancer. But it's okay. She's used to cancer. The owner used to work at her father's auto mod shop, which is why a lot of her, I feel like a lot of her nail polishes are honestly kind of inspired by, car paint colors. Which is probably why I like it so much, now that I think about it. Interesting. I will say the gloss is not as glossy on plastic as it is on the nail, which makes me wonder if it's partially... Weed next door! Thank you for the raid! Oh my god! You're coming here to a very inspirational talk about how to paint Gundam with nail polish. Is this a good idea? No, but it's a fun idea. And that's all that matters. But, it looks like the base coat is not dissolving anything. It looks like the top coat is sticking on without... Hello, hello. It looks like the gloss coat is making it glossy, but not as glossy as I said as it would on my nail. I wonder if a second coat's gonna change that. What, painting Gunpla with nail polish? Listen, I've seen... Painting the Gundam's nails? Alright, I mean, this is all... Okay, there was this... I've been talking about this dream I did where I'm gonna wear fake nails while building Gunpla because I've been trying to... I've been building Gunpla with my current actual nails, which are on the longer side for a lot of people. And there have been parts where it's just kind of a pain in the ass. And I'm curious to see if I wore like 3-inch long nails, like the actual really, really long nails, is it gonna be possible for me to go build the Gunpla? And then after that I was gonna paint it with nail polish, because why not? You know? Make it an entire thing. And I was gonna go to a nail art salon, because I'm building unicorn, so I was gonna go in and buy all the unicorn nail art stickers. Just think of it as like normal stickers for Gunpla, except they're gonna be unicorns, because I'm building unicorn. Where can I... Oh my god. Nail art unicorn stickers. I'm not gonna lie though, I was probably planning to buy these from like, well, you know, Daiso, whose selections of stickers are... Oh my goodness, it's made for small children! That's perfect! Dude. Alright. Oh, that's from AliExpress. Okay, we're just gonna, I'm just gonna send this as a demonstration of what stickers I even am talking about. Cause, okay, like, when I'm just stuck in a zone, right? When I'm in the mood, I just watch people watch for hours and hours. I just watch people paint their nails. It itches some part of my brain. It's like watching someone paint on the world's tiniest canvas. And when I was watching that, I had the ultimate inspiration that essentially nail art painting and mini painting are the same. They just use different, mediums, paints. Hi Traylon, was I at WonderCon? I only showed up on Sunday, because it turns out on Saturday I had to sell my car, because CarMax finally figured out my documentation. Because they originally told me that my documents did not work. But now they work! And now my car is sold. And now it is one less thing I have to worry about. Now, it's gonna be funny, because, I was gonna say, for the fake nails, I was going to point, like, as I said, I'm building unicorns, so I was gonna put little, unicorns, I was gonna put unicorn decals on my things, but the actual unicorn Gundam unicorn type, stickers. And then, so it's gonna be funny, because on actual unicorn, I'm just flat out putting on, like, fucking unicorns. I think it's gonna be hilarious. I don't know. I have a bad sense of humor, but it's okay. My aerial Gundam is currently riding one of my ponies to battle, so it's okay. When I say ponies, I don't mean My Little Pony. I mean I have little ceramic ponies that I made as a kid, and Ariel is currently riding one of them into battle. So I think it'll match the theme. It's just, it feels good. I'm gonna put dragons on the side of like, frick, I don't remember their names. But, the other side. The more round boys. Goose. Yes. That side. Zox. That side. Those are gonna be with it. I'll put little dragon sculptures on their side. It'll all make sense. And my harebrained idea. You were there Friday and Saturday? Yeah. Friday I pre-booked for Disneyland stuff, so that was going to happen. But yeah, I was planning to be there on Saturday, but real life unfortunately happens, and then unfortunately I have to do real life shenanigans. Much disappointment. But yeah, it was fun. While I was there, I got drunk with my friends. To be honest, I do not really watch, listen, care about a lot of Western stuff. Not just, like, comic books. But, that type of thing. Comic books, live action shows, yada yada. I don't watch a lot of those. So I go to WonderCon because my friends go to WonderCon, and then I proceed to get drunk. That's also why I tend to not wear super impressive costumes to WonderCon. I used to. It is nice because even if people don't recognize your costume, WonderCon is very chill. People are very relaxed. You dress in something cool, people will come up and chat to you and take your photo and ask you about it and yada yada. So it's fun that way. But also, it's like, after a while, it's like, yo, if I'm getting drunk, I don't want to do this in my best outfit. I want to do this in, like, my not as best outfit. So, that's where the bunny suits come out, and that's where all the less than coverage costumes come out, which is fine. And then your friends say, "Oh yeah, I want to go to downtown Disney for drinks," and I'm like, yeah, I was expecting us to get drunk at the Hilton, like most people do. Okay, well, we'll see what the Disneyland people think of it. Hopefully they don't care. YOLO. Yeah, but, hey, fortunately this time, I only got one angry Karen lady to come up and be like, "Yo, your costume is inappropriate. inappropriate. But then again, they also said that last time when I was in Disneyland and I was literally just wearing shorts and a tank top. Like you do in the middle of summer in Southern California. So, that's just part of life. Dude, yeah, no, like, low-key, when she was gone, the waitress was like, I love your outfit, you do you, nice job and everything, and like, everyone else was cool with it, and also, to be fair, I was in downtown Disneyland, not Disneyland proper, and it was also 6 or 7 p.m. Most of the kids were evacuating the park because it is, well, not the park, but most of the people were not there for, you're not dragging your kids there. It's adult time. It's time for me to get drunk with my friends. Thank you. Goodbye. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just a thing. I think, although, legitimately though, I think I think people who I tell you this legitimately think I'm like joking or whatever about people getting upset about what you wear at Disneyland or whatever. And like, it's true. Like, not even, if you're not, like, none of the things I was wearing were particularly awful, but someone will be there to be like, oh no, you're breaking my child's sanity by dressing in normal clothes that you can see every day-to-day stuff, and that's gonna corrupt their little child brain somehow. Like, shit, man, I don't know. Really? When I was a 5-year-old, I used to run around naked all the time. I don't think seeing another person naked's gonna affect me in any way, shape, or form. Don't know. Oh, really? Oh, wow. I did not know that. I mean, okay, to be fair, I was wearing basically the 2B leotard type thing, which, as I said, I was kind of hoping, I was dressed in that, expecting to go to a bar, cause like, it's the perfect bar outfit. What are you especially for an anime game? What are you talking about? I wasn't expecting to actually go to downtown Disney wearing that, but also, before people were like, oh, that is rather risque, I was also wearing like 2 pairs of nude tights underneath. Specifically to make sure that everything was good and nothing was like beyond reproach or anything like that. So, what can you say? People get people. No, they are. Oh yeah, you can barely see that on stream. But basically, right now I'm working on Nia's gloves. She has this really intricate, kind of, I don't know, woven work or whatever. So I am currently doing this by hand. Would I recommend doing this by hand? Not particularly, but, honestly, I feel like this is gonna make my life slightly less frustrating. Also, it's very uneven. That's mostly because I cut it by uneven. I thought I did all the measurements correctly on paper and everything, and then when it actually came to transferring it to pattern and so on, it was, unfortunately, very uneven. And we just live with our mistakes and hope no one looks at it too closely. Hey, this one follows roughly the same pattern, and listen, it looks great, just don't look at it too closely. I get upset when people look at my stuff too closely. It hurts my sensitive, delicate feelings. But yeah. So, I don't know. I'll probably do another Gunpla stream at some point in time. Not just the long nail ones. Hopefully I can get that done, by next week? Question mark? As I said, if I actually... That one requires a little bit of prep work, just because if I'm planning to, 1, paint my Gunpla, I need to get the appropriate nail colors for Unicorn, although technically speaking, this one's not too bad. It's nice, it's got a nice duochrome to it. got a little bit of purplish to it. Also, I didn't fully screw that on. So this one might not be too bad. That'll be fine. It'll be like a mermaid. But I was hoping to get something more green and with more reflective particles. And also, I was just gonna get more special effects type coatings and so on anyways, so and hopefully, and we'll see how expensive the nail art salon is, if it's actually all that expensive. Low-key, I might just go on to like Wish or something and buy shit off of, maybe not Wish, okay, maybe I'm not that desperate. AliExpress is a good one. The only problem is it's gonna take another 50 bajillion years to actually ship to America. Because, like, I've seen the prices for some of this nail stuff in America, in, like, American stores, and it's, like $10, $20 for a brush. And then you go onto AliExpress, and it's, like, $1 or $2 at most. And you kind of know that they're the same brushes because they have the same brand name, and you've looked at all the pictures and they're the same exact quality. So I might just buy that from AliExpress or Amazon. It depends on how lazy I'm feeling. Oh my god, is this in the... I didn't realize it! Okay. I promise I'm not weird. But I do listen to the Witch of Mercury opening on repeat for an hour. It's one of my, I don't know how to explain that one. Listen, sometimes I'm feeling nostalgic for my trip in Japan. Sometimes I just want to go back to Japan and do all that experience all over again, and the closest thing I can get to that is listening to the Witch of Mercury soundtrack on repeat, because I swear to god, it was on repeat. It was in every single store that I went to. So, you know, sometimes when I'm feeling sad, the world just feels bad. I sit down in bed, and what I do instead is listen to Witch of Mercury until my brain explodes. You're working on Rebuild again? Nice. Dude, I really hope that I get an Anime Expo ticket. Fingers crossed here. Okay, I haven't actually paid for it. I applied to be a fashion model, which is great because I know how to model the fashion. Yes. Maybe don't tell that to Anime Expo. But anyways, and I'm just gonna see what happens. I really hope I get in, because that way I get a free badge, and then I also have to model for the show for, like, a little bit. But, you know, I'll figure that part out. Really though, I hope I get... Last time, for the Anime Expo modeling thing, they only did Lolita type clothes, like cute, sweet type outfits and whatever. And for your application, you're required to submit in what your usual type of fashion is. And to be honest, I dress in Lolita clothes basically never. I like the fashions. I like the fashion subgenre. I like a lot of the clothing or whatever. But wearing like 2 petticoats and a dress that's worth $1,000 semi-regularly sounds like a little bit too much of an adult chore, and yeah. Dude, tell that to fucking Anime Expo, okay? Every single fucking... Okay, I shouldn't say... Like, I'm not trying to disparage Lolita fashion because it's very... You know, I think it's cute and everything. But I swear to god, every single Anime Expo fashion thing, it's all Lolita. Every single one. Like, I understand that, like, some of it should be Lolita or whatever. It is an important part of the con community and the anime fashion trend thing. It was very fundamental to a lot of 2000s era, 2010s era anime fashion. But. There's a lot more to anime-inspired fashion nowadays. Like, I feel like what surprises me about this is that so many of the shows don't focus on, like like even more modern trends, which is more poppy, more colorful, more bright, less focus on the poofy skirt and everything. There's a lot of gothy kind of fashion trends that take cues from anime slash anime takes cues from it. And then like last and but not least, like streetwear. Like I feel like 90% of anime influenced outfits that you see in America are streetwear. Why do I not see more streetwear representations in the fashion show? Like, that actually kind of baffles me. Like, it feels like the people who run it are kind of stuck. Whatever. The kind there's I don't want to be all controversial or anything. I will say that a lot of the Lolita, it is actually true though. A lot of the Lolita heyday, it's not like it's dead or anything, but its heyday isn't now anymore. There are still people who dress as Lolitas, people who still do Lolita. It's just the peak of the fashion wave and everything is not now anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I guess, like, whatever. Hopefully I get in, because if I get in, I get badge. And then if I get badge, then, well, then I go to Anime Expo. If I don't get badge, then yeah, I require sliming on one of my, other friends who runs panels. And, that might actually be an issue, because, well, while I do have some friends that run panels, I don't think they do it at Anime Expo. I think they tend to do it at, like, WonderCon and other smaller conventions. But we'll see. Well, we'll see. Not much I can do about it. Aside from, hoping it works. But, you know, I'll give Fanime some credit, at least. I don't know. Yeah. And then, of course, I'm going to Fanime. Fanime, I'm not doing anything. Well, actually... well, okay. Fanime, I'm doing something, but, you know, I think people, if you go on my Instagram, I'm currently wearing a very, not, embarrassing, or, skimpy outfit, and I'm doing a group with that for Fanime, and some may say, you're acting all embarrassed and everything about this, but, it was definitely your idea, because, listen, okay, one of my friends cosplayed Aerith, and we were talking, oh, wouldn't it be cute to do all the, like, dresses together? You know, because in Final Fantasy VII Remake, you get all these, like, little, you get different dresses based on your different options. And I was like, oh, I have the Tifa dress, you have the Aerith dress, we could do something together. And then my other friend was there, and I was like, and I was like, oh, I guess we could do Cloud, but like, Cloud isn't, the Cloud outfit, that takes a lot of time, maybe not as cute. Huh, what should we do? And then I was like, haha, you know, it'd be funny if we all did the bunny outfit. I can help you sew it. It'll be great. It'll be great fun. And then she looked it up, and then it turns out Mid Costume sells it. And you know, guess what? We all bought it together because I was drunk. I deny I deny my culpritness in this. I refuse to accept responsibility that I brought this upon myself, and, good God. Listen, okay, there's a reason why I don't go drinking at, like, work parties or anything, right? Because drunk me makes fun decisions, but sometimes those fun decisions come back and bite you. God, I feel like my workplace thinks I'm just a stick in the mud because I don't drink at workplaces. To be fair, some of the other things is because, did it happen yet? Did what happen yet? Did, I dress as a giant bunny, you know, bunny suit and terrorize the entirety of San Jose? No, it's coming up in a few months. Hopefully I'll get nice photos of that. No, if you're talking about me building Sinanju, did I miss it? Something will happen. Something will happen, as in, I will do something off stream. Right now I'm sewing. To be honest, I stream, you know, some days I come with a direct plan on what to stream. Actually, today I was thinking about drafting. I actually was thinking heavily about drafting, except next thing, I don't know how, as I said, everyone's different. Everyone's, like, different on how they approach cosplay projects and whatever. Generally speaking, if this is, like, your little human, right? Why am I putting effort in this? This is a nonsense drawing that's gonna disappear. Ooh, my god, that shoulder's really, really different from that shoulder. That's really bad, actually. That's actually that's one of the reasons why I have problems with human anatomy. Alright. Nice. Oh god, this person's legs. Man, I draw Bayonetta too often. What can I say? It fucks up the proportions for everything else. Okay. The arm's actually really short. Okay. So, you know, this is your usual standard stick figure. Yes. So for cosplay people, for cosplay stuff, in general, I like working, I start here. I generally move up the limb a little bit, generally speaking. This will be number 2. Like, I build things upwards like this, and then I start here, build up to here. Sometimes I build the foot as first here, sometimes I build it next. And then the next thing that I build is the actual torso area. And then the very, very last thing here is the head. Slash the wig. That's one of the reasons why my wigs look like shit. Generally speaking, I budget about 0 time for the wig. This is also because I hate making wigs. I hate drafting them. I hate everything to do with it. So, right now, as you can see, I am making a pair of gloves. I can slap myself with them. Anyways, so I'm making a pair of gloves, and once I finish the gloves, I was gonna move on to these, because I'm making Nia from Xenoblade 2, her final blade form. She's got these, like, ridiculous arm thingies that look like this. They're very pretty, but they're also gonna be a complete and utter nuisance to make. So I need to figure out even how I want to do that. But the next thing on my chopping block of things to do were her leggings. So I was like, do I dare even attempt drafting that on stream? Cause, let me be real, her leggings are ultra fucking complicated for no particular reason. Just a quick, like, sketch of this. Basically, she has a tendril that goes up to here, and then it goes up. I need a picture to even think about this. And then it goes down like this, and then, but it also has a connection point like here, and then this portion also continuously spirals up to here, I believe, and then there's a leg thingy. There's a thing of black leather stuff that looks like that goes here, and then of course her shoes are her shoes. What I'm saying is that this is basically really fucking hard to draft just on a piece of paper. More than likely, I'm gonna have to do, more than likely, I have to do a duct tape pattern. So, in some ways, I have come prepared. I am wearing leggings. Ha! Twitch people try and take me down for inappropriate content. Don't worry, that'll be coming up soon. I'm joking. But, yeah, I think I might actually have to do the duct tape pattern on my leg, and then do all the sculpting and whatever on my leg. And I was like, do I dare tempt the Twitch gods to take my stream down? Do I give the internet what they always wanted? And when I say the internet, I mean the 3 weirdos in my Instagram DMs who always message me where I accidentally show my foot on stream slash whatever. Some say I should block them, but it's best to keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. So, anywho. So yeah, that is something I actually do need to do. But I was like, the logistics of doing it on stream. On one hand, it'd be fun because people get to see the dumb shit I do in real life to get my costumes on. But on the other hand, you know, it may not make for engaging content. Or actually, the content will probably be more engaged. It will be so engaging I get banned on Twitch. I don't know. Also, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, like, I don't, like, as I said, I would be covered, so I don't think it would be that big of a deal, but on the other hand, okay, to be fair, I was joking. One of my friends wants to buy the perfect grade unicorn Gunpla. It would be the only perfect grade that they would ever be interested in. And I was joking. I was like, I will make it happen. How much is it? $400? I will make it happen. I'll just stream myself making Gunpla. In a bikini. In a bathtub. Most entertaining stream in the world. 10 out of 10. 100% will work. I don't think I'm allowed to put that under makers and crafters. I do think that actually falls under hot tub category. You know. But I'll make it happen, you know? Gotta do good things for your friends. Even if it requires wearing a bikini on stream. But, yeah. And then, so, the other thing I was thinking about doing was actually drafting this little corset thing. I know that breaks my sequence of events, and I don't like breaking my sequence of events, not because it's a bad thing to plan ahead, but if I do too much sequence breakings in this plan of events, I will draft the pattern, forget about it, find it crumpled up underneath my bed one day, and be like, ah, shit. This is what I was like. I'll be like, oh, it's great. In my 6-month timeline, I am right here. In month 4, I have drafted this section, so this section should only take exactly the amount of time I budgeted. And then I'll be like, great. And then I find my pattern, and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing with this shit? And then I have to throw it out and then redo it, which takes a little bit of portion out of this expected schedule plan. And then I have to make it work, and that's a problem. So yeah, realistically, and also it turns out I was gonna use a different corset pattern that I already drafted as the base for this Nia corset, and it looks like I threw it out during my spring cleaning because I thought I no longer needed it because yeah, I hope I saved the paper patterns. Because when you do drafting, right, I generally draft on a dummy. So when I draft on the dummy, well actually this one is not draft, this one's semi-drafted on the dummy. Basically, for a lot of corset patterns, you want to you don't want, like for corset patterns, you cannot fuck up. There is not that much room to fuck up, and that's not because it's like super uber complicated or anything, but if you fuck up on where you put your seam placements, it may actually hurt you for if you wear it for too long of a period of time. So you can't fuck up. So I don't actually very rarely self-draft corsets. I don't need that type of fuck up. If I'm doing anything that reduces my waist, I use a pre-made pattern. But you still have to so you have this pre-made pattern, which I cut into cloth, and then I fit this onto an actual little dummy thing, yes, and then I take that pre-fit fabric, and then I fit it onto myself, and then after I do that pre-fit pattern, I cut apart that pattern, and then I draft it to paper, and that's my final pattern. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iterations. So this is why I was really, really hoping I saved the pattern, and so that I could just skip from here to here. Which saves me quite a bit of time. But I might have thrown out the pattern. Which is my fault. Cosplay, everyone! This is why I don't like cleaning up. Because when I clean up, I throw out things. And when I throw out things, 5 months down the line, I remember why I didn't throw that thing out. Yeah. Anywho, actually, how is this experiment working? Ah, interesting. I'm curious, actually. So, I know this looks like nothing up close. Here you go. It's closer up. This is nail polish. Nail polish doesn't seem to have affected the plastic. The actual nail polish doesn't seem to have affected the plastic, which is what I expected. Some of these are lying thinner than the others. The Holotaco one is actually lying a little bit thinner than the other one, which I was not expecting. Holotaco generally lies a little bit on the thicker side. But what do you know? But what I was curious about... Why am I doing this with scissors? Make my life easy. What I'm curious about, what seems to maybe be an actual problem here, is that, I don't know if you can see it on camera. I might have to back this on a piece of white paper. Hi camera. Hi camera. Come on camera, you know you want to work. You know you just want to work. Okay, you can kind of tell it here. So this side, you can tell that it looks a little less shiny. This is the side that I painted with the base coat, and this is the side that I painted with the nail polish, and then just the top coat. And in itself, that actually kind of worries me, because by default, the base coat does not make your nails more matte. It generally should make it more shiny. So the fact that it's making the plastic a little bit more matte makes me suspicious that it's partially dissolved plastic. But I would not be able to tell that unless I did a comprehensive check on that. Like, I would have to do a one-to-one test on this versus another piece of plastic. Thank you. Okay, well that fell off. This is a highly educated... This is definitely how science works, everyone. You do random shit, and then you hope to God that it works out. Okay. So, the base plastic... I can bend for a little bit, and then it does a relatively soft snap, in that it's still somewhat connected together. It bent to, I would say, a little bit less than a 90-degree angle. About 80. Radio. And then this is the plastic that I painted the base coat on. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my thumb a little bit to help squish it in, just to even... Ah. That's what I thought. This one just fully snapped. The base coat has something in it that's making the plastic more brittle. Interesting. So... Yeah, that does actually make a little bit of sense. Huh. So if I'm going to do this, it would probably actually makes the most amount of sense to not do a base coat. Because it looks to me that it applies perfectly fine to the plastic. Like, this is not... Like, it'll scratch off if I, like, really rub at it. But, like, if I'm just rubbing at it with my fingers or anything, it's not coming off. Even if I scratch at it, it's binding pretty well to the plastic. But that does mean, as I said, I can't make mistakes. So I would just have to buy masking from a... We just have to buy masking and then do a bunch of masking and then do the paint. And then to thin down the paint, I have to use nail polish. Okay, another quick question, Eric. How does IPA react to... How do Gundam react to IPA? Good God, can you imagine how it would be if this was the actual show? Like, can you imagine in the real Gundam show, you just showed up with a giant bottle of acetone and you just started, like, it wouldn't be, like, it would be just fucking Splatoon instead of, like, grenade launchers or lasers or whatever. You just show up with a fucking water gun and you melt your guy's Gundam to fucking shreds. IPA, you're good? Okay. Because I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what nail polish thinner is, but if I can guess, it's most... Oh. Oh! Fascinating. Butyl acetate, ethyl acetate, and heptane. What a fun little combo. Did you know a lot of those are restricted in California and you're not supposed to buy them? But funny enough, fun fact, if you buy acetone at the hardware store, that's called acetone and it's bad for the environment. But if you buy industrial amounts of nail polish remover, which happens to be 100% acetone, that doesn't hurt the environment. Who would have thunk? Butyl acetate. Okay, well that one I will actually have to double check to test if it, destroys gunpla or not, because that one would not, unless I can check what other thinners, and then ethyl acetate is just chemistry. Those are the solvents, by the way. Okay. What did you say? Do you generally use for, all this stuff? Mr. Something or Other's, thinner? Mr. Hobby Thinner. Gotcha. I love how I have turned the stream into just random ass whatever. Mr. Hobby Thinner. Okay. They have to tell me what ingredients are in it. Ah. Excellent for airbrush application. You can actually technically airbrush your nails too. Not that I'm that I'm gonna do that, because I don't want to put airbrush into my beautiful new airbrush. That's what my airbrush, my first job for the job for my first airbrush is spray painting my beautiful wedding dress that I bought for 20 bucks. That I don't know, I bought it on a whim. I thought, you know, I wanted to learn how to airbrush fabric. And when buying a wedding dress, you get 10 yards of white fabric for basically nothing. So I was like, I don't know about you, but $2, less than $2 a yard, honestly? Sounds like a deal to me, so. Sorry, right now I'm trying to be entertaining, you know? Sometimes I like being entertaining. Sometimes I do this thing where I think I have this annoying I don't know how to describe it. I feel like I talk out from the bottom of my throat a lot, and sometimes I think that's irritating sounding.